Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashai, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashai, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashai. Call Halayim, Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahushai. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Peace, safety, and much blessing to the Akim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity and putting their life on the line to do so. To you brothers, I want to say Shalom. I'm the brother of Rock from the GMS Atlanta Church, back with another lesson through the Spirit, Lord, willing the lesson be edifying to an elect member or two. Now, this is an article from the USA Today, and it's entitled, Proud to be an American. Gallup poll hits historic low of 45% ahead of 4th of July holiday. Now, are you proud to be an American? The article states with a question mark. All right, because the poll that's taken 45%, that's less than half of this country, is not proud to be an American. All right, and the article goes more into it. This is an historic low for being a proud American. All right. Yeah, because America is a goddamn shithole country. You know, like the U.S. President Donald Trump like to call these other countries. You know, America is not too far behind, man. People with real money don't even want to come or live in the United States, man. A certain level of so-called rich people, man, don't even want their foot or their feet to touch the soils of America, man. That's how of a shithole country this is. Nobody's proud to be here anymore. All right, the morale is low in the country. You know, all kind of bullshit and wickedness is going on that's taking a toll on the people, and they're sick and tired of it, man. They're losing authority over these other nations, in which at one point in history America was the big bad wolf, you know, the schoolyard bully, you know, and that's becoming not what America is known for anymore. You know, that they're not pushing over these other nations anymore. You know, these other nations are beginning to stand up against this whore, which is America, man. All right. So I'm gonna get into the article, then bring a couple of precepts, Lord willing, the lesson be edifying. It says American patriotism is ebbing ahead of the 4th of July, according to a Gallup poll that showed fewer than half of U.S. adults are extremely proud to be Americans. The poll's finding from a survey of 1,015 U.S. adults show that pride in being American has dwindled in recent years, with the most recent number of 45%, reflecting an all-time low since the firm began collecting data on the subject in 2001. So this is an all-time low since this poll has gone out since 2001, man. All right, and the scriptures speak about, you know, how the proud would be brought low. You know, matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the precept in the book of Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, and verse 12. It says, "For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low." And that's the time those are the times that we're living in here in America, man. The pride, the arrogancy, you know, all that is being brought to a low because America is not the big bad guy on campus anymore, man. All right, and this devil, you know, and the elites are oppressing his own people. You know, this is Esau's rulership. This is his kingdom. Ain't nowhere in hell you should have a fucking a homeless Edomite or Edomite that's making minimum wage, man. This is y'all time to live it up, you know, and kick shit. And Salaki, put this on do not disturb. Yeah, man, this is the time to be. If you're an Edomite, man, this is the time to goddamn really, you know, fucking go balls out, man, and live it up, because this current setup, as we know it, you know, is going to be turned upside down. All right, and the rulership is going to be flipped. It tells you that in 2nd Ezra 6:9. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follows. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. Yeah, and Salaki. Yeah. So reading it again, Isaiah 2:12, it says, "For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low." All right. So the article was stating that American pride is at an all-time low, man. All right. The Lord does not deal with pride, and this country is based off pride, full of pride. It's a saying, you're proud to be an American, because America has that worldwide influence, because it's the beast, Salaki, it's the whore that sitteth upon the beast that is spoken of, in Revelations, the 17th chapter, that have all the other nations drunk on their wine. All right, and it's slowly but surely losing its grip, man, and the people can tell, because the scriptures tell you in Proverbs, the 29th chapter, that when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn, but when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, man. All right, so it's going to be a day and time when Israel is set back up, as the ruling nation, above these Edomites and all these other heathen nations too, man, where the people are going to rejoice when we're in power. It's going to be a pride in righteousness, man. They'll be proud that everything is back in proper order, man, and it's going to be 100% in order. Okay, that's something to be proud of, man. But these Americans are proud to be a part of a country that promotes total wickedness, man. Homosexuality, transgenderism, being unidentified as neither male nor female. A country where you can be a 40-year-old baby if you want to, goddamn. A country where you can marry an inanimate object such as a tree or car or whatever, man. All kind of weird bullshit that goes on over here that America allows, man. And this is the melting pot for all of that bullshit, and all the nations as well. Okay, so reading a little bit more in the article, it says the highest readings on record of 69% and 79% occurred between 2002 and 2004, and if I'm not mistaken, that's when 9/11 took place. Yeah, they were proud Americans because they had never been touched like that before, so they corralled together and flew that American flag high, and came together, because that's what it takes for the people, a tragedy to happen, in order for them to come together. All right, but everything's fine, smooth, so to speak. America hasn't been touched since 9/11, and they're seeing America as not, a world leading power as it once was. Okay, they still have a certain level of authority over the other nations, but they're losing their grips. Okay, and the morale is low in this place. All right, it took a terroristic attack for the morale to be heightened, because it says the highest reading on record of 69% and 79% occurred between 2002 and 2004, when the American public expressed high levels of patriotism and support for the U.S. government following 9/11 terrorist attack. See, those numbers began to fall after President W. Bush began his second term in 2015, sinking below 60%, according to Gallup's report. But hey, like the poll today is 45, so that's it is below half, man. The pride in this place is being brought low. This is Luke chapter 14, verse 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased. All right, and exaltive, let's get that word in their lineage. Exaltive. It's a Greek word. Hyposis. You know, it says to lift up on high, to exalt, to raise to a very submit, opulence and prosperity, to exalt, to raise dignity, honor, and happiness. Okay, and America is built off of that. You know, exalting itself. You know, that's why they have the eagle as their as the symbol of America. You know, as the American bird. You know, the eagle. You know, it speaks about in Obadiah. You know, them exalting themselves as the eagle. Okay, that's exalting themselves, putting themselves on high, putting themselves on the pedestal. You know, these Americans believed at one point that they had the strongest military, they had the best government, the best women, the best food that the planet has to offer. You know, abundance of resources. You know, all of that. You know, they exalt themselves as just having the best, and America, you know, is where it's at, and America is the place to be. In all actuality, it's some bullshit over here. Okay, so reading on, this is Luke chapter 14 verse 11. For whosoever exalteth himself shall be abased, and abased just means to be brought low, man. All right, it's a synonym for being brought low. And he that humbled himself shall be exalted. All right, so the Lord deals with the humble in spirit, man, not the proud, you know, and the arrogant, man. Okay, one more precept, you know, and then I'm gonna close out. Pretty common precept, you know, to close out with. This is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And you seeing that fall and that destruction about to take place here in America, man. All right, because pride goeth before destruction, pride, and then the fall, man. All right, and America is on a steady decline. Okay, so Lord willing, the lesson was edifying, giving all praise, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, LUKAKODASH, Shalom.